Hey, so I'm out here in this field. It's pretty cool. So wanted to make a video about so why did I start No Shakespeare? Um, is because fuck, a lot of bugs out here, man. So because I struggled through school, and the reason why I struggled through school because it didn't make sense to me. I couldn't figure out why I was taking chemistry. I couldn't figure out why I was taking biology, why I was taking a foreign language, why I was taking calculus. Because, and we asked this as students, I wasn't the only one. We said, well, what bearing does this have on our real life? And the teachers always said, oh, you'll find out, just you wait. Well, you know what? I'm done waiting. I waited 30 fucking years, man. And you know what? I don't need to learn a foreign language. I don't need to know a foreign language. I don't need to know calculus. I don't need to know chemistry. I don't need to know biology. I don't need to know fucking Shakespeare. That's why I created this, because we're still teaching the same shit in high school and college. Here's the irony. We teach this crap in college, anthropology, chemistry, social studies, whatever, name the fucking studies, whatever, something studies, Shakespeare, chemistry, biology, foreign language. Teach that shit. Doesn't do anybody any good when they get out in the real world, because the real world, people have to invest money. They have to buy a house, they have to buy a car, they have to pay taxes, they have to save money, they have to raise a family, they have to get along with their neighbors, they have to get along with their boss, they have to have employees, they have to have employers, they have to take care of their elderly parents. None of that shit's taught in school, but we're being taught fucking chemistry, and they said, just you wait, it'll come in handy. Well, fuck that, it didn't come in handy. It didn't come in handy at all. Not one bit. And I'm not saying I'm not interested in chemistry. I watch documentaries all the time. They're fascinating. You know, I found out that that chlorine smell that you get in the other pool, that chlorine smell only happens when somebody actually pees in the pool. Yeah, because if nobody pees, there's no chlorine smell. But once somebody pees in the pool, that's when you get it. So that's chemistry. And I like watching shit like that on YouTube. But I don't need to be taught, sit in a classroom and learn how to solve chemistry equations as if I'm going to be a fucking chemist. That's ridiculous. What a waste of my fucking time. And so that's why I created this, because I'm tired of the shit that they keep doing and keep perpetuating this bullshit. And I want to give you a resource where you can find alternatives. So let me get back to the college high school paradox. So in college, you learn all this shit and it doesn't get you a job, because first of all, nobody fucking asked for it. Nobody asked you how well you did in chemistry or biology or Shakespeare or calculus. They don't fucking give a shit. They didn't even ask you what your GPA is. They may, yeah, obviously if you get a bachelor's degree, it helps. That helps a little bit. But if you could sell yourself, you would do much better. But that's another video. I don't want to get into that. So here's the paradox. So all the shit in the college doesn't help you get a job. And then the reason why you go to a college is to do that, to get a better job. But then what do you do in high school? You take a bunch of classes because that's what the colleges ask for. So the college says, well, the requirements to get in this college is, you need 1 year of chemistry, 1 year of biology, a couple years of foreign language. So you take all that shit in high school. So it's really 8 fucking years that you just wasted of your life, that you could have been learning real stuff that's going to apply to your life. And that's what happened to me. And I knew it then. I knew it in high school. That's why I didn't do well in high school, because I said, this is bullshit. And I remember when I left high school, or upon graduation, I wanted to work in the real world. I didn't want to go to college. But, my parents, middle class, upper middle class, said, you got to go to college. My dad worked for, he was a high-level executive at a Fortune 500 company, worked for them for 30 years, and he's like, got to get a job, work in a company, set you up for life. And for him, it did. It worked. He had a pension that paid him for the next 20 years. He got paid like, I don't know, $600,000-$700,000 a year for doing nothing after he retired. And, but the world's changed. But the schools haven't. They're still teaching that shit. Schools haven't changed a bit. And that's why I created this website. And I wanted to not just rant and rave and tell you a bunch of shit in my story, but I wanted to have a resource, have alternatives, and set you straight. because the college myth, it's over, man. It really is a myth. And, you know, like I said, I struggled in high school because it didn't make sense to me. High school did not make sense to me because they said, oh, you get it into college. And then I looked at my college curriculum. I go, well, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. This is bullshit. I couldn't find a major I wanted to major in. The only thing I wanted to major in, I thought about it, was English. And actually, but it had so much literature in it. Like, what the fuck do I need literature? Here's a really important thing, and I'll get this into another video, but one of the important things to learn in school is actually to read and write, because you're going to do a lot of that when you actually get out of school. So that I'm fine with that. Reading and writing is very important. There's probably not enough reading and writing in college and high school. But that, you know, that's another video. But I wanted, you know, I thought about being an English major because everything else, like, it didn't make any sense. Like, history, fucking, you know, they were just ass-crack fucking majors. Anthropology, psychology, fuck that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this gonna do for me? And then, you know, and even I was interested in psychology, and then it was all these classes, they, you know, it's like, they drill down to such a level, like, I don't want to expect, I don't know what you expect me to do with all this shit. I mean, psychology I can understand. You're going to go and be a psychologist, go to graduate school. But like history, I mean, like, you're drilling down to such minute details. What am I going to go fucking do? Just be a history guy? Stand on a pedestal, like out there? Look, like I'll stand on a pedestal right there and go give my history sermons and go, War of 1812 happened. The War of 1812 happened in 1812. Yeah, no kidding. Really, it fucking happened. So none of this shit made sense to me. Fucking science, none of it. So I was very, very frustrated in school. Therefore, I didn't do really well. And in fact, I was very smart because I did other people's homework. I wrote their papers for them. They got A's. I didn't get A's because I didn't want an A. I didn't give a shit. Anyway, more about this later. That's part 1.